All right, what's up, guys and girls? Just gonna talk about Plasma Blast, where the build's at. I'm kind of, I'm gonna discontinue the build because Plasma Blast is just not really that good. I'm just currently testing here while testing, seeing if anything works. Chaining doesn't work, forking doesn't work. Um, the only thing that would be good. Oh wow, nice. Things heart. The only thing that seems to be good in this skill is extra proj, makes it shoot more bursts. But the problem is, if you really want the skill to be strong, I'll rip that guy, F in the chat. But anyways, back on track. If you want the skill to be really optimized for damage, first of all, you don't go ignite. Ignite is just not feasible. It just doesn't work. I know my bow is not that good. I'm sure it improves over time, but as of now, there's just too many nuances with this skill. The attack time is 2 seconds. Like, why is this longest skill? That's crazy. And it doesn't even hit that hard. And it requires like your weapon to be really good. If your weapon sucks, you're just losing so much damage per second. There's like other skills that are far superior. But like, I get mages having, you know, Comet being like a slow cast and lightning conduit, but holy, this thing is the most... Like, I'm surprised Hammer of the Gods doesn't even have a total attack time. You just cast Hammer of the Gods and it falls after duration, which is technically attack time, but the skill feels fluid. You put it down, it has an AoE circle, and then, you know, the thing falls while you can move around and, you know, not attack and just survive. But this skill is just really weak. I'm fully converted into fire. You know, I don't have that much damage nodes, to be fair, so I'm probably really not seeing the potential. But I feel like I have a decent amount for ignite to be like noticeable. I have these nodes. Well, this doesn't really do anything for ignite, I don't think. 12% damage here, then two-handed stuff, which applies to crossbows. Then I have some more damage here. AoE doesn't apply, and then fire damage here, and then this magnitude. It's probably feeling really bad because I don't have any damage scaling. But even with damage scaling, let's say I take these things off. Where's my damage stuff? I already forgot where my stuff was. So if I do added fire in here, 100% chance to ignite, and then weapon elemental. As you can see, our damage is about 4,000. Our ignite lasts about 4 seconds, I believe. And is it worth it? I feel like it's really not. I'm pretty sure you're so far the best skill that I've noticed for igniting seems to be Hammer of the Gods. Like, and how does that miss? I don't understand that. I have... If you're saying my accuracy is bad for, like, when it comes to distance, that's not true because... Oh, wait. Never mind. It is true. I thought I had Resolute Technique. But yeah, this skill is just really bad. Oh, and then that's another problem. If you get stunned... Yeah, it's just really bad of a skill. I think GGG put a bit too much of a restriction on the skill. That's the ignite. That's a white monster, by the way. So that's not even that much damage, but... Anyways, you get the point. Plasma Blast is dog shit. They need to really cut down on the attack time if like, this can be a skill. Like, imagine you're doing a breach. You spawn, like, 200 monsters, right? And then you're casting a 2 second... Or 2.63 second... 2.5, I mean. Second attack... And it misses! Because you don't have RT, because of also like how the accuracy scale is based on distance. Like, that would be a nightmare. And first of all, the attack is so linear, I feel like they gotta like spread it out more. Like, make it like a Kamehameha wave, you know? Like, Kamehameha, bro. Like, why is it like a fucking pencil thin line? Like, I get it's a laser. Well, no, it's not even a laser. It's a plasma blast. It's not a plasma laser. But technically plasma is a laser. But anyways, they need to make it like way bigger. For example, like right now, Plasma Blast is like this, right? But what Plasma Blast should be, it should be a cone shape. It should be a round cone that goes like this. This is how Plasma Blast should be. So you shoot from here, and then it would be like this. I think that's a way the skill would actually be better if they designed it that way. Also, cutting down on the attack time penalty. This is so high because it's based on your weapon. If your weapon's slow as hell, you're even slower. Like my weapon's not even that slow. It's at 1.65. This can obviously go up to like 2, I believe, with an attack speed mod. But holy damn, is it bad. It's really bad. Anyways, my rant about Plasma Blast being shit, it's over. I'm gonna show you now my other character I've been working on, which is actually really freaking strong. So it's a level 48 Warbringer, and why Warbringer? Because we're just doing physical scaling. There's some chance to bleed, about 5% with my totems. My totems are currently like level 20, I believe, or like 19. I just made it to Act 2. My Shockwave totems, I have 3 of them, and they hit for about 6,000 or 4,000, right? I'll quickly showcase a boss, one that's not rippy. I'll just quickly go into the cemetery and show you guys. Where the hell is this thing? Here we go. I wonder if I can fight Lachlan just to showcase this. This would be easier to show. Just to see how much damage I'm dealing. I don't think he spawns in here. Oh no, once you kill him, he's gone. He's gone forever. Never mind. Ignore that. Let's just quickly find Praetor. But in the meanwhile, while we're looking for Praetor, or Draven, or whoever. Actually, I'm gonna go to a different boss. This is just gonna take a while. I'm just gonna go to the witch in the Clearfell area. That one's the fastest to find. She's always in the same spot. Most of the time, I think it's like 80% of the time or 90% of the time, she's diagonally top right. But I'll just show you my damage. I'm only 3 levels above this, so only slightly over leveled, I guess, just for comparison. But yeah, my totems are breaking armor. They break up to negative armor too, and the negative armor is based on the armor that they had. So if a monster has 500, you can go up to negative 500. So the more tanky a boss is, the better. But anyways, here's the damage. We summon 3 totems. The mana cost is crazy. And then I perfect strike just for more damage. But yeah, damage is pretty good. This can obviously get much better once you start using other totems. It can get much better. And also there's soon, within 7 levels, I should be able to find a new weapon, but this weapon's pretty good for now. This works for totems and my perfect strike and my bone shatter. But the next mod I'm looking for is +6. It's a range roll. It goes from 5 to 6, but we want 6, and that will make my totems even stronger. Currently I have +4 on my weapon, +2 on this. Amulets can roll +1 melee, +2 melee, and +3 melee. Obviously you want +3, but getting that mod is extremely rare. I've seen minions, proj, and spells. I still have yet to see melee stuff, but that's best in slot. If you can find that best in slot, or if you don't want to use an amulet like this, you can do a limit amulet. I forgot the name of it. It's a crimson amulet base. It's a level 0, which means you can equip it right away, and this amulet allows you just to have an extra totem. If your totem hits for, you know, 50k, that's 25% more damage. Or actually more. If you have 3 totems, do 150k, and then you go up to 30k, it's like 30% more damage. 33% more damage, but yeah. This skill is this build is really strong. It's pretty tanky from just, you know, equipping a shield with Giant's Blood. Eventually the goal is to not have to use Perfect Strike or Bone Shatter, and this skill should be able to do all the work for me. But right now I'm doing Totem, Bone Shattering for clear, and then for single target to help with the single target I do Perfect Strike and Shockwave Totem. And everything else on the gear is just, you know, you can get Flat Fizz, Life, Armor. That's pretty much it, nothing crazy. As I mentioned earlier, we're breaking armor and then breaking it below 0. The plan is eventually to transition to Ancestral War Chief Totem or Warrior Totem and go Warcry cooldowns. I might not need to do this. I might change the build, might iterate it, might even try a different class. But as of now, I feel like the best way to do this will be to go into Warcaller's Bellow for Merc Lab, and then Uber Lab will be this, or I'll swap and then do vice versa. But as of now, the plan is to get more levels, get more plus melee skills, and what did I want to say? Oh, so using warrior totems, we're going to be using Earthshatter. Earthshatter creates a fissure, or not a fissure, it creates like a popsicle or an icicle from the ground. And these earth crustacean things, I forgot the name of them. Hold on. Just to get the right terminology. Spikes. So the spikes, they're really strong when they explode. They explode for 344% of damage. With quality, you can have up to 9 spikes. So, and then with war cries, you can proc those spikes, dealing all the damage. That's going to be single target, but that also might be clear. But I'm not too sure how Seismic Cry works, because Seismic Cry doesn't have a cooldown, which I didn't know initially. When you use it, it only gets that cooldown when you use it when an enemy is heavy stunned, so it can be kind of iffy if you're around monsters and you war cry and one's heavy stunned. It can be a bit iffy. We'll see how that goes. And then obviously you have Infernal Cry as your second war cry. But yeah, Earthshatter Totems is the plan, and if that feels terrible for clear, I might try some other stuff. There's a bunch of skills to slam with. We have Rolling Slam Totems, which I don't like because there's the total attack time thing. I think that's like absolute, like really bad. I hate that mod. And then there's obviously Earthquake Totems, which is alright, but maybe it will work, maybe not, I don't know. Maybe you'll have to play both totems. You'll maybe have to have one Shockwave Totem and then like 2 of these Earthquake Totems, so you can instantly explode the Aftershock. I believe that should function like that, I think. Unless, it says Jagged Ground Explode, so I'm not too sure. But, yeah. And then you could also do Supercharged Totems. That could be interesting. Oh wait, no, that doesn't work. Actually, never mind. Scratch that. You cannot channel, or you cannot use channeling skills with totems, sadly. Stampede is also something, but the problem with that is if your totem stampedes off screen, like where my hand is right now, you can't see it, then what are the odds it comes back to you when you're doing a ritual, for example, and you're getting pummeled by like, you know, 50 monsters? So if your totem's way out here, well, Ritual is a bad example, but Breach, for example, because Breach is open space versus Ritual is enclosed. If your totem's way out here, what are the odds it comes back to the center of where you are? Pretty low, so this is probably really bad. This is more of a skill you use yourself, you know, if you plan on doing that. But I think so. There's Sunder. I think Sunder's probably pretty decent. It also consumes and goes crit, but unfortunately you can't crit if you're RT, Resolute Technique, which allows you to not crit, but always hit. Unless you do some accuracy stacking stuff. Could be decent. Who knows? But right now, maybe it might even be Earthshatter or Shockwave Totem for clear. and then Earthshatter just specifically for single target. That's what it's looking like, and this skill is absolutely horrid. It's I don't even know how this skill would function. It has fissures that last 16 seconds with quality. It's not fully converted to fire, and something that I don't understand about the skill is why is it so weak?
Volcanic fissure damages enemies and
Like,
creates smoldering cracks in the earth.
It's just so bad. You create fissures, you dash over them, or you slam them, and then they fissure up. But you can't even see how big the AoE is. It seems quite significantly small. If anything, there is no AoE. It's just you have to overlap a lot of fissures, and then yeah, I don't know. This skill is pretty bad. Maybe there's something you could do with this with actually maybe your totems. Maybe. I don't know, it says aftershock, so I'm not too sure. Maybe that would work. But this says it slams. I don't know. Really bad skill. But that's pretty much where the character's at. I'll just show you quickly my gear for the people wondering. Like I said, you just want a bunch of plus all melee skills. You can level this from the get-go. I tried to transition immediately into totems. As soon as I got Shockwave, I went with Overabundance, which increases the limit. You can use the Unique, which allows it so your totem has another limit, the Crimson Amulet. You just need plus gems to make this actually decent. And don't go for Jagged Ground if you plan on leveling totems right away. Jagged Ground is Jabate. Don't go for it. Go Brutality if you don't have any elemental damage on your rings, because this damage applies to your totems. Surprisingly, the stuff on your rings, but your weapon doesn't, because the totems use their own weapon. And same thing with the gloves. This fire damage applies to the totems. But yeah, just look for plus gems. That should literally carry you. Uses Perfect Strike with Perfect Opportunity. But yeah, just quickly hover over my items and then there's that. And then my links as of now, I'm playing a 4-link. Currently my gem is level 12. I get +6, which is quite a significant amount of damage. Just for an example, how much damage I'm at that I get from these +6 and the flat. Currently my totem hits for 1.8. So with this and this, my totem nearly got 3,000 or 3 times more damage. And this gets higher and better as you get higher. Eventually your totems can do like more damage than a good rolled two-hander. Like a perfect roll two-handed weapon. But yeah, the mana cost is slightly a problem, as you can tell. I have 241 mana and only like the mana cost is 108. This mana cost significantly goes up. Oops, sorry. The mana cost significantly goes up. Like once you pass level 30, I think it's around the 500s. And the way you could solve that issue is by obviously converting to reducing some of your attack stuff on the tree here. Right here. Converts, and then reduces the cost of attack skills. And then you can also go attack speed and get this. So this would be like, what, 1836. So 42% converted. Which might be an issue because if you have really poor recovery, that might not be that good. The other choice is inspiration, and even this anoint would help, potentially. We'll see what the plan is, but yeah, reducing the cost of skills is going to be really important. You could potentially, like the plan was for me to maybe even go blood magic, and then figure out a way of recovering my life, but with war cries somehow. So if I use a totem, then I just war cry, I'm back up to full HP, right? And then I have more totems. And then you also want duration. Obviously, if your totem costs 700 mana, right? You want some duration. You don't want your totems lasting 6 seconds and then you got to do it again. Just makes it really bad. So yeah, this area is really good. This area is really good. Could spec some damage into bleed. You know, doesn't need to be a lot. Just very simple bleed damage right there. Anything else that I want to mention? Yeah, you just grab these totem nodes, those totem nodes. I think attack speed is better. That's pretty much it. And then this character is probably going to be armor stacking. Armor evasion, maybe path into here. Grab some armor evasion, go into here, get crit reduction. Grabbing armor, going stats. And oh, the nice thing is, you don't actually need a crazy weapon. Like, if you're trying to go for a weapon with like 200 strength for Giant's Blood, you don't really need to do that. You don't need 600 strength. You can go for like a lower level weapon. As long as it hits +6, and then endgame, the highest roll is +7. If you plan on dual wielding one-handed weapons, it's +5 on each weapon. So technically you're doing more damage, but is it safer? Absolutely not. The way I plan on also increasing my defensiveness on this character, like I said, just stacking armor and block and maybe evasion. And then maybe some Wind Dancer. Since Herald of Ash doesn't actually work, sadly, for totems. It doesn't work. It's only you killing. Yeah, it says enemies you sufficiently overkill. You. It says you, not totems. So that cancels that idea. So painful. And then you can also technically anoint that. If you wanted to take 5 less physical damage and then have it converted into an element, that's also a way you could reduce your damage taken from phys hits. But yeah, gems, seismic, Infernal Cry with premeditation. That's specifically for perfect strike on a 2-link. That's literally all you need. Eternal Flame, window of opportunity. This makes it hit harder. Bone Shatter with impact shockwave. This makes it so it hits like twice. You get the shockwave of this, and you get the shockwave of that, which is, I think, scaling off this. I believe. I think it scales off that. I might be wrong, but magnified effect. Shockwave totem, brutality, martial tempo, heavy swing, and then if this character doesn't die, I might make it again. But if it dies, I don't know what my gems are in the future. Inspiration might be 1. Increased duration might be 1. Oh, and I remember what I wanted to mention. The mana multiply. I don't know if this is a bug. This might be a bug, or this is intentional. But my mana multi doesn't actually increase. So you see how this says cost multiplier of 120 didn't go up. It's 108. Goes, yeah, still 108. See, these gems don't give any penalty, but yeah, I don't know if that might be a positive for totems. You know, if your totems are actually costing 700 mana and you multiply it with some support gems, holy moly, I don't even know what you would do. I think your totems would cost like 1,000. You would have to go like some weird mana archmage totem guy. Yeah, I don't know. But anyways, I just ranted a lot this video. Sorry for wasting your guys' time, unless you enjoyed it. But yeah, that's the plan with the build. Going totems, Warbringer, Warcries, Earthshatter. Plasma Blast sucks. And Monk is very strong. I might think of a new build for a Monk. Maybe something with cold damage, ice or cold snap, Frostbolt, Ice Nova, the wall. The wall is really good. Frost Wall, insane single target. As long as you scale the AoE. And yeah. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for listening, and thank you for your time. And have a good day, have a good night, and as always, embrace your dreams. Take care, and bye-bye. Ciao.